Hello. These days, particularly in the West, there is a great popularity for forms of meditation like mindfulness. And mindfulness, which is mostly of Buddhist origin, these days has become very popular. And I'm happy for it because it creates more relaxation, a more harmonious relationship with our emotions and our mind, so therefore we can have a more harmonious relationship with other people. But there is one thing that is causing me a slight concern. For those who haven't seen my other videos, I just like to say that, I'm 71 almost, and I was initiated in Bodh Gaya in 1968 when I was 18 in mindfulness. So I have a little bit of knowledge in the subject, 52 years. I'm not saying I'm that good at it. All I'm just saying that, I'm talking with a certain understanding of what are the bases and what are some of the best practices. So I've made a very long playlist with about 7 videos on all the stages of mindfulness, and I'll invite you to have a look at it. I think you'll enjoy it. So what I notice very much in the West these days is people looking at this particular aspect of mindfulness in what I believe could be changed a little bit, because there are some misunderstandings in it. Now, the important thing of mindfulness is because we are so identified with our emotions, with our emotional contractions, with our hard thoughts, with our conflicts, with our desires, some fulfilled, some unfulfilled, that we forget aspects, very important aspects of our nature. We could say our little Buddha nature, that we are really capable when we relax within ourselves, when we go back to our inner self and we stop identifying all the time, that there is a great source of tranquility within us. So that's why we meditate in a very simple way, which is approachable to all. You can be a religious person, you can be an agnostic, and you can be an atheist, and do it really for having a more harmonious life and way of thinking and feeling. So what we are looking at is that we start relaxing the breath, which very often is quite congested. We then go on to relax the body. We relax the feelings, the emotions, and the mental patterns of conflict, of rejection, and sometimes even going into unnecessary hatred. So I like to give you an example which is quite useful to really understand when I'm talking about mindfulness, and sometimes some misunderstandings that we can have of it in the West. So if we conceive that we are the awareness of a beautiful, peaceful lake, and we're resting in it, then suddenly on this lake you have certain waves, concentric waves that are created. Sometimes a fish at the surface, or if you throw a little pebble, you get those lovely concentric waves. And so these waves start forming, and they are thoughts, they are emotions, they are events, there are reactions to them, and that's okay, that's life, we are alive, so the lake is alive. The only problem that occurs is that we begin to forget our nature, that tranquil nature of the lake, and we start getting too identified with the concentric waves. So I am this anger, this is me, this is I, this resentment, this conflict, this competition, and so forth. And we become that very thing, me, I, mine. And our identity is created by those concentric waves. Now, those concentric waves, in a way, is not that they are not us. It's not that we need to create a duality of rejection and saying, it's not me, and I'm just purely the lake and the awareness, and I never change, I always stay the same, and so forth. And that I've seen, it can sometimes create a very dualistic feeling within us, sometimes a bit mechanistic and automated. It's like robotic almost. It's not me, it's not I, I'm not attached, I'm just very peaceful, I'm very quiet. And we refuse the interaction with life. In a way, yes, if you take a wave and you say, this is the me, this is who I am, that's a misunderstanding. But on the other hand, we cannot totally say this wave has got nothing to do with me, because it is there, it is a part of me, except it's not healthy when the part takes over the whole. So that's why, as we meditate in mindfulness and a wave arises, let's say anger, we don't say it doesn't exist. That's what unfortunately many people do in the West. Oh, it doesn't exist. What we do in mindfulness is to simply say anger. Anger. We are aware of it. We allow it to happen because it's stuck energy that needs to arise and release itself. While the method of duality wants to push it in, to negate it, to crush it. That's not the path. And so we acknowledge it. There is a lot of anger. There are patterns in me of anger. And as we bless it in a way, as we look at it with compassion, with empathy, that is the human condition, then that anger releases and it becomes more the energy, the vibrancy of the lake. So it's not about denial, it's about becoming aware of, taking responsibility for, using compassion, allowing it to arise, but by not nourishing and nurturing more and more anger, but just allowing it to happen, then the miracle is that it releases. It goes back into the lake. It hasn't been rejected. It hasn't been destroyed. It's gone back into the lake. Okay? So I just like to say this, that yes, we are releasing a lot. We are becoming aware of identifications that drag us down, but we allow everything to come home and then to dissipate. Okay? So it's not a reaction, it's not a duality, it's not a splitting apart. I'm sure you can get hold of it, understand what I'm saying, because too often, as I say, in the West, I meet people that start having that automatic look. Oh, I'm not connecting to all this, it's nothing to do with me, I'm just a pure Buddha mind. Yes, we are, and one day we'll realize it. But it is done through the compassion of observation and through allowing things to come home. You are not the wave. Yes, you are the lake, but the wave still is part of you. So bring it home. Don't split yourself. Don't become cold. Keep warm. Keep happy. And I really hope that this will be useful to some of you, and it will help you to improve and assist you in your path of liberation. See you soon.